So we have 2 points. A is at 5 on the x, negative 5 on the y, and B is at 5 on the x, negative 1 on the y. We're asked to find the magnitude and direction of vector AB. So it starts at A and then goes to B. This is the vector they're talking about. The magnitude just means how long is the vector. So this one's nice and easy because they're both at 5 on the x-axis. This vector is 4 units in length because it changes only 4 units on the y-axis. So the magnitude, which is symbolized with vertical bars around the vector, the magnitude is 4. So eliminate this, eliminate this, eliminate this. And the direction is the angle. So we have a formula that can help us calculate the angle. We could come up with a formula ourselves. But the angle, the direction we're going in is straight up. So if we're thinking about 0 being the typical horizontal angle, this would be moving at an angle of 90 degrees from point A. So this would be the correct option. We're supposed to find the magnitude and direction of this vector. So we can draw a vector at the origin. It's going negative 1 on the x, so negative 1 in this direction, and then negative square root of 3 on the y, so something like this. Okay, negative 1 on the x, and then negative square root of 3 on the y, a little bit less than 1 on the y. So the magnitude could be found, you could use the Pythagorean theorem. You get yourself a triangle here. The triangle is 1 down. The hypotenuse is square root of 3. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The hypotenuse is not square root of 3. This is, oh my gosh. Do I have this drawn right? Yeah, negative 1 on the x, and then square root of 3. This over here should be negative square root of 3, because that's our direction in the y-axis. Okay, and then this is 1. So we don't have the hypotenuse. That's what we want to find, because that's how long the line is. That's the magnitude of vector w. So to find that, we use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And so negative square root of 3 squared, that's 3. Negative 1 squared is 1. So 3 plus 1 makes 4. Take the square root of both sides, so c should equal 2. So the magnitude is 2. I can eliminate this, eliminate this, and eliminate this. The magnitude is 2. Now to find out what the angle is, you could probably look up a formula for the direction of a vector angle online, but you can make your own formula just by looking at it as a right triangle. You can use sine, cosine, tangent. We have the hypotenuse now. This opposite direction is 2, so we could say sine of that angle is the opposite divided by the hypotenuse, and that's one of our special triangles, right? To have square root of 3 over 2 to be one of our sides, we know that square root of 3 over 2 always corresponds with 60 degrees for an angle. So in order to make the opposite divided by the hypotenuse be square root of 3 over 2, then the angle needs to be 60. So this theta in here, the reference angle, is 60. But remember, when we define angles, we talk about the initial side of 0. So 0, 90, 180 plus another 60 degrees makes 240 degrees for our angle.